Do you want to know the most exciting, best business idea that I'm pursuing right now, that I have an active business in, that anybody can start? I love this business idea. It's scalable, it's sellable, there's recurring revenue, it's passive. This business idea, anyone can start. You don't have to be smart. You can sit anywhere in the world. You can run this business from anywhere. I love this business idea. It's called a virtual assistant agency. What a virtual assistant agency does is they provide virtual assistants for people who own businesses. Let me provide an example. Let's say there's a local construction company that has a lot of calls or a lot of service work, a lot of things that they have to do, a lot of paperwork, but they can't find a good employee to do that work because the local rate is expensive, and they're a successful business owner, but they don't have enough money to go pay somebody $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. So they're kind of stuck because the talent they're getting at $40,000, $30,000 a year is not very good. So they keep firing people, they go through inefficiencies, and at some point they throw their hands up and they're like, well, I'm just not going to be able to hire anybody. So what a virtual assistant agency does is they pair that company with a virtual assistant that is often overseas in different countries, and they have that specific skill for that industry, and the cost of that individual is substantially less. I would say like 1 in 6, 1 in 10th. I have 3 virtual assistants that interact with different businesses I own. And the amount of work they do, how great they are, is amazing compared to what we had when we hired locally. I'm in the United States, so local labor for us, very, very expensive. Very expensive. So hiring a VA was a massive addition for us. But how does the virtual assistant company make money? So using, let's say a construction company would like to look into some of our virtual assistants. Let's say I reached out to them, they're interested in a virtual assistant. What I do is I reach out to my connections overseas, and I find 2 individuals who are interested in being a VA for a specific company, and they interview with my client here based in the United States. They interview with the client likes one of them, he picks that virtual assistant, he says he wants them to start next month. I say the going rate for that virtual assistant is $1,000 a month. I obtain the virtual assistant for $600, maybe $700 a month. So I'm pocketing $300 to $400 a month by providing the virtual assistant. Okay, so you're kind of a middleman, but you're a middleman because your client didn't have the resources to go find that virtual assistant. You're providing a service, you're helping train that virtual assistant, you're placing that virtual assistant. If they need another one, you go find them right away. You're kind of like a staffing company. It happens all the time. Staffing companies do the same thing. So you're making, let's just say you got the virtual assistant for $600 a month and the client's paying you $1,000. You're making $400 a month. That's pretty passive. Once you train the VA, every month that they're with your client, the VA gets better, they get faster, they don't rely on you, you don't have to check in as much. And if the VA is successful and grows that client's business, they want to enroll another VA. So you can see how just placing 10 VAs could make you $4,000 a month. A month. Recurring revenue, passive, scalable. You can do it from anywhere in the world. I love this business idea. So if you place 100 VAs, you're making $40,000 a month. That's pretty crazy. With minimal expense. What's your expense? Because I can tell you right now, the hardest thing about this business, there's 2 things that you need to get right if you want to start this business. And I'll share with you how I help people get started in this business. The first thing is you need to have a connection to get your virtual assistants at a good price. If you had to pay $1,000 for a virtual assistant yourself and you're selling them for $1,500 or $1,200, that's a hard sell. The lower that you can get the virtual assistant, the more direct you can go to these different connections that I have that I'm willing to share with you. And I'll put a link in the bio where if you click the link, you fill out the form, I will share you a 3-page overview about how you can connect with my company, where we can connect you with virtual assistants abroad that are very inexpensive and that are really good to help your cash flow. That's the biggest risk to this business. If you don't get your raw material, say you're a manufacturer, if your raw material is too expensive, your cost of your product has to go up. For you to make the cash flow, for you to make good money, you have to have good price. That's why Walmart's so good. That's why Amazon's so good. The pricing is good. So you have to get the first part of this business correct. You have to find inexpensive virtual assistants that you can sell to your clients that are also great. Because if you have inexpensive, bad, nobody wants to do business with you, you lose your cash flow. Inexpensive, good. That's the first side. The second side is acquiring clients. getting in front of clients that are interested in obtaining virtual assistants so you can make your money. If you don't have clients, but you have a bunch of VAs, you're not making money. So I also have a second side to where I can help you have a strategy of how I obtain clients for my virtual assistant company. I own contractorbackoffice.com, Contractor Back Office. We help VAs, we supply VAs to contractors that have been doing it for a long time. So my company, I can share with you how we've done it, how we've gotten in front of people in a very easy way. So how can you interact with me? How can you get this business started? Well, the first thing is if you click the link below, I'll have where you can reach out to us. We'll provide a connection point to you where you can obtain virtual assistants. You could also have a call with me. I charge $100 for a call. So if you're interested in having a call to go through this business idea, I'll charge $100 for that call. If the virtual assistant business idea doesn't seem like it's for you, and you're like, Nate, I want to start another business, I just don't know which one to start. Great news, I have different resources for how you can find a business idea that actually works for you. My book for $5, Your Next Business, you can obtain that. If you do everything in the book, you will have a business idea that will fit your needs. You grade business ideas in that book. It shows you how to evaluate business ideas for you to find your next business. Now, the second thing is I have a course for $20 where you will go through the course, and if you do everything it says in the course, you will have a business idea that fits what you're looking for if you put in the effort for $20. If you want to have a custom conversation, I charge $100 for 30 minutes, $200 for an hour, specifically go through what would make sense for you. At the end of the day, you got to do something. And the virtual assistant business idea is such a great business, and you got to have the right connections. And I'm willing to help you connect you to low-cost virtual assistants and also help you create a plan to where you can get sales in this business and start making some passive, scalable, and sellable income for your business.